सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Upadesa Sahasri, 17th chapter, page 202, verse 36. Chakshurayukta dhiyo vrittihi yatam pashyan aluktadrik दृष्टिर्द्रष्टा भवेदात्मा श्रुतेश्रोता तथा भवेत्. केवलां मनसो वृत्तिम् पश्यन्मन्ता मते रजः विज्ञाता लुप्तशक्तित्वात् तथा शास्त्रं न हीत्यतः. Shankaracharya revealing the Atma as the seer of the seer, primary seer, secondary seer, or primary knower, secondary knower. This we understand clearly. It is very easy for us to own up or claim that Atma is myself. Primary I the original consciousness, by lending Chidabhasa to the mind becomes the secondary seer or knower. Knower of the world or seer of the world, objects. It is borrowed seer, dependent seer, mind. Chidabhasa sahita manaha. Chidabhasa rahita manaha jadam, inert. It cannot pervade the object through vritti without Chidabhasa. Because of Chidabhasa alone, vritti vyapti takes place. Vritti goes out and pervades that object and gives the knowledge of that object. Without Chidabhasa, the reflected consciousness, vritti neither go outside, vritti can never arise in the mind. Mind cannot even function without Chidabhasa. Therefore, mind function, vritti vyapti towards objects, everything is because of the blessing of Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa took place because of Chit, original consciousness. This Chidabhasa sahita manaha, ahankara, is called pramata, the knower. This pramata is not real. The pramata is temporary, paratantraha, not swatantraha. Pramata is known as Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa plus mind plus vritti the knower of that prameyam, the object. Whereas the OC, original consciousness, I am, Chit, not a pramata. Then what is my name? I am the Sakshi Chaitanyam. I am originally witness consciousness. I, the witness consciousness, lend that Chidabhasa to the mind. That Chidabhasa becomes the pramata. That becomes the knower of the world, seer of the world, hearer of the world, sounds, taster of the all rasa, the taste, smeller of all that gandha, that pramata. You say, instead of saying I the Sakshi am the real smeller, but what we say, I am smelling. The pramata claim that I am smelling, I am tasting, I am knowing, I am seeing, I am hearing. This pramata claim that. Who is false? Can this pramata exist in Sushupti? It doesn't exist. Whereas Sakshi Chaitanyam, Chit, witness consciousness exists. That is why Sakshi Chaitanyam has got the name Aluktadrik. Pramata is not Aluktadrik. Even though Pramata is the knower, seer, but in sleep, this Pramata doesn't exist. The knower of the world doesn't exist. That Chidabhasa Sahita Manaha doesn't exist in deep sleep. That is why Pramata cannot be real. What is real? Even in Sushupti also, that which exists, Trikala Abadhyam Yat Tat Sat. At 3 periods of time, at no time it is absent. That alone must be Sat. That alone must be real. Who is that? I, the witness consciousness. I am there in sleep also. Even though objects are not available in sleep, I am not absent in sleep. I slept well. I do not know anything is registered by me, the Sakshi Chaitanya. Witnessed by me, the Sakshi Chaitanya. Therefore, Chakshuryukta dhiyaha vrittihi ya taha pashyan aluktadrik. Sakshi Chaitanyam aluktadrik pashyan. See, real seer. Because ever the subject, Sakshi Chaitanya, never the object. Pramata is object from the standpoint of me, the Sakshi Chaitanya. Me means original I. And the Pramata is object from the standpoint of ever subject, Sakshi Chaitanya. Pramata is the subject from the standpoint of the world. I am repeating that yesterday's point. Therefore, this Pramata is subject also, object also. The subjecthood of the Pramata is a fixed subjecthood, temporary subjecthood. The subjecthood of Sakshi Chaitanyam is permanent, Nityam. Ever it is there. That is the word used Acharya, Aluktadrik. Ever the seer, never the seen. Ever the seer, ever the knower, ever the smeller, it can never be an object. It can never be the object. I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, am ever be the subject, never be the object. The mind has got two rules. Ignorant people, not knowing this Sakshi Chaitanyam, because of lack of study of scriptures, they take this pramata, fake I, subject object hood, knower, secondary seer, they take it as real, body mind complex, real, and the relations are real, world is real. Once pramata, the body mind itself is unreal, how that relation can be real? When this pramatahood is false or not? False. Husbandhood, when pramata comes, only husbandhood comes, wifehood comes, brotherhood comes. When pramata himself is mithya, unreal, temporary, dependently existing upon Sakshi Chaitanyam, his relations with other people can be real. Therefore, that is fake I, unreal I, vyavaharika I, do vyavahara, but never take it as real. If you do vyavahara, nothing wrong. You have to do vyavahara with pramata I. But taking that pramata I, egoistic I, and because of that pramatahood, lot of raga, dveshas are generated, and lot of guilt, hurt generated. How can they be real? The depression happens in pramata. Pramata himself is unreal. Can be the depression be unreal? Oppression can be unreal? Suppression can be real? None of them are real. That is why Jnani is not disturbed. Even though Pramata is disturbed, he watches the Pramata. Pramata is under disturbance. He sees like a movie. That is called objectification. Neighborization. Paramarthananda Swamiji's word is neighborization. It is false. Neighborizing that. They are not real. Why have to be disturbed? Jnani knows that. If you are a Jnani, you claim yourself as primary I. Ever the subject I, you claim, but you never trapped by the pramata I. You use the pramata I, distancing from pramata I when the crisis comes especially. When the crisis comes, terrible situation I have to face, immediately distance yourself. This is all false. Why Jnani is free from all afflictions? Jnani is also in the body only. Because of this knowledge, he has got that immunity power. This is called mental immunity. People are talking a lot of physical immunity. In the corona time especially, they are talking about lot of immunity. We don't bother too much bodily immunity, physical immunity. We bother so much about mental immunity, emotional immunity. If that emotional immunity is not there, physical body will be afflicted. Even physical immunity is there, mental immunity is not there, no use. People are all working for physical immunity. All doctors can treat up to physical immunity, not mental immunity. Only Vedanta touches that point. Look into the sloka, that 37th verse. Kevalam manaso vrittim. So Atma becomes seer of the seer. Drishter drashta bhavet Atma. Shruteh srota. Hearer of the hearing. Atma becomes bhavet. Then 37th first line. Kevalam manaso vrittim. Indriya samyukta manaha, indriya rahita manaha vritti. Indriya sambandha rahita manaha vrittihi. Kevalam manasaha vritti means when the mind is not associated with the sense organs. Mind is not having any external objects going here and there. Suppose. Manasa, kevalam manaso vritti means indriya sambandha rahita mano vrittihi. Ajaha atma pashyan matehe manta, thinker of thought. Just thought is there. That which thought has not pervaded any object. Just mind vritti is there. Mind is thinking without any association with the sense organs, not going out. Mind means thought. Thought rise in the mind. Mind is the thinker. Thinker of the thinker. Thinker of the thought. This thought is witnessed by me, the original consciousness. We always use the word. My mind has become blunt. That is one vritti. Suddenly, my mind has become blunt. I am not about to think anything. That is one thinking. That is also another thought. That is witnessed by Atma Sakshi Chaitanya. Matehe manta. Thinker, Atma of the thought, witnesser of the thought. Thinker means Atma doesn't think as though, that who makes the mind to think. Otherwise mind cannot think. Thinking people are very less. Okay. Thinking people are very, very less. Only Vedantic students are the thinking people. If they are really mumukshus. Not all Vedantic students. In that also there are non-thinkers. That's why the land is, all rishis are thinkers. The land of thinkers here. A rishi is the one who janati iti, rishati janati iti rishi, the one who knows the truth. He who knows and knows, he knows. Avarku theriyum, avarku theriyum and avarku theriyum. Enna? Atma. Okay. Vijnata alupta shaktitvat. Vijnata alupta shaktitvat is in Panchami Vibhakti. Therefore, Vijnata also you have to convert it to Panchami. Vijnatehe alupta shaktitvat tadha. Tadha. Same way, knower of the knower. Intellect is the knower. எனக்கு தெரியும், மனசுக்குள்ள தெரியும், எனக்கு புத்திக்குள்ள தெரியும் anu சொல்லுவோம். Intellect is the knower. Mind is the thinker. Intellect is the knower. This intellect in Antakaranam, one faculty is intellect. This intellect is able to know because of Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa is because of Chit. So the knowerhood of this Pramata is dependently existing on Chit. Who is the primary knower? Chit alone is the primary knower. Because of whose blessing the Chidabhasa is borrowed by the mind. Because of that Chidabhasa, intellect became sentient. It is able to know the object. Every action of ours, Jnana Indriyas function, you become the knower. Knower of the smell, knower of the sound, knower of the form, knower of the taste, knower of the touch, knower of everything. Pramata is the knower. But real original knower, to be knower, has to be blessed by whom? Chit. Original consciousness. How can you say this knower is real? Fake knower. Real knower, I am the Sakshi Chaitanya. The fake knower, knower of computer, knower of physics, knower of what not, every science, knower of music, knower of dance, we don't bother. We don't bother. Why? This secondary knower is false. உன்னுடைய கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் ஃபால்ஸு, உன்னுடைய ஃபிசிக்ஸ் நாலேஜ் ஃபால்ஸு, எல்லாமே ஃபால்ஸு. பிகாஸ் இதுதான் நோவருக்கு தெரியும். இந்த செகண்டரி நோவருக்கு cannot know the original knower. Because the secondary knower is because of first primary knower. This is aparavidya. Whatever this knower intellect knows, any science is aparavidya. Aparavidya hi avidya. It is as good as ignorance. That's why our ancestors never bother. Their son has studied M.Tech, B.Tech, B.M, M.M, M.M.B.M. Idhu solranallo. Don't bother. What Uddalaka asked? Shvetaketa, have you asked your teacher by knowing which everything is as good as known? He didn't ask, have you completed M.Tech, M.S? He didn't ask, because they never gave any importance to this aparavidya. Because which aparavidya keeps you all the time insecure, all the time unhappy, all the time limitation, fear. That is why I said our people are land of thinkers. Not that they do not know the technology, they do not know science, they do not know. They know the limitation of the science. They know the limitation of technology. They know the limitation of anatma prapancha. Whole science is running after anatma prapancha. Our people are distancing themselves deliberately from anatma prapancha. They become introverted towards atma, paravidya, akshara vidya. And we are thinking our children are so brilliant, gold medalist, Nobel Prize. Our Rishi says, put all your Nobel Prize, any Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, all any Bhushan, put in Bay of Bengal. Dustbin, Bay of Bengal far. Dustbin பக்கத்தில் இருக்க போடு என்ன போடலைன்னா உங்களை நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்த் ஆல் த பெஸ்ட் நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்த். எங்களுக்கு வேண்டாம். நாங்கள் ரிஷி வார்டிலேயே போவோம், ரிஷி பாதையிலேயே போவோம். போதும். ஏன் நாங்கள் ஒரு நிம்மதி இருக்கும், ஒரு சாந்தம் இருக்கும். இது எதுக்கு ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸு, டென்ஷனும், ஆங்ஸைட்டி, பிளட் ப்ரெஷரு, சுகரும் இது இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்குங்க. தேவையே இல்லை. We don't want such a lifestyle. Becoming a 25-year-old boy, becoming an IT employee, executive, not having good sleep, எதுக்குப்பா தேவையே இல்லைப்பா. ஏன்னா அவன் தூங்கும் போது நம்ம வேலை பண்ணணும், நம்ம தூங்கும் போது அவன் வேலை பண்ணணும். இப்போ அதுதானே எல்லாமே. Foreign company I am working on, you are out, that's all. You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep. You cannot have food in time, right sleep. No, nothing happens. But you get dollars, 2 lakhs money, monthly salary. என்னன்னா டைமுக்கு தூக்கம் இல்லை சுவாமினி, சாப்பிட முடியல, போதுமா? 2 lakhs இல்லை, 200 billions of lakhs. My right time, right food, if I don't eat, what for dollars? What for? I may buy nice bungalow car, but I cannot lead a peaceful, healthy life. So peaceful, not a healthy life. By that time I recognize I am 50. No. By that time I recognize that I am 50 or crossing 45 with what? With all ailments. You go to IT, the job who are all doing with all complaints. Many IT executives comes to me, the lack of sleep, lack of appetite, and a lot of mental agony they are coming because lack of sleep. Sleep is the best medicine. If you don't have sleep, your brain will be, harmony will be disturbed. Mental harmony is disturbed. By the time you recognize your life is almost over. Understand this. But it takes few more decades to understand to our people, because we have gone very far away from our thinkers. Now after losing everything, people are coming back again. Spirituality. என்ன ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி? என்ன மார்னிங் ஒரு ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி, ஈவன் நைட் ஒரு ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி. நைட் என்ன ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி தெரியுமோ? அது ஒரு ஸ்பிரிட். இந்த ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி விட்டுட்டு அந்த ஸ்பிரிட் பிடிச்சிட்டான். என்ன நிம்மதி இல்லை, அதை போட்டால் தான் தூக்கமே வரும் அவனுக்கு. அது ஒரு ஸ்பிரிட். ஒன்ஸ் யூ ஃபர்கெட் திஸ் ஸ்பிரிச்சுவாலிட்டி இன் யுவர் லைஃப், natural spirituality, they will succumb to that spirit, alcohol. Okay. Vijnata, the knower of the knower, shastram nahi iti ataha. Nahi, one word, Acharya takes that from Upanishad. What is that mantra? Nahi drashtur drishtehe viparilopo vidyate avinashitvat. That nahi word only Acharya takes. The whole sentence is that drishter drashta, shrutehe shrota, mater manta, vijnater vijnata, nahi drishtehe drashtur drishtehe viparilopo vidyate. There is no any missing. This Sakshi Chaitanyam never go away. Nahi. Drashtuh drishtehe. The seer of the seer, knower of the knower, will never have any absence. Viparilopo na vidyate. Never miss, never lose his presence. Avinashitvat, because it is avinashi. It will never have any declension, destruction. In the Upari sloka itself he said ajaha, because it is birthless, therefore it is avinashi, deathless also. Next sloka 38. Dhyayati tyavikaritvam तथा लीलायतीत्यपि अत्र स्तेनति शुद्धत्वम् तथा नन्वागतं श्रुतेः. We say, I am a Vaidika, I revered Vedas, I am a Bhakta, I revere Krishna. But how many people are trying to follow Krishna's words? How many people are trying to follow Vedic words? That is important. When you are a Vaidika, when you put those words into practice, you are a real Vaidika. When you put the statements of Shastra into practice, then only you are a real Vaidika. What Shruti, everywhere he says Shruti, Shruti, Shruti. Shruti Pramanam he is quoting. Acharya wants to say, these are all not my statements, my own words. No guru can claim this is my teaching. Everything is given by Bhagavan at the time of creation itself. We are only just passing with our limitations. Every human being, intellect has got his or her own limitations. We are trying our best to communicate with our little knowledge that great teaching. Every upadhi, medium, any teacher in any corner of the world with their own little upadhi, they are trying their level best to communicate. Already given teaching. No guru can claim this is my greatness. No guru can claim. This is already power of attorney, already Bhagavan kept in his own hands. See the quotation again. Dhe jayati iti avikaritvam tatha lelayati. Lelayati means whenever we say, I am disturbed. Lelayati means I am disturbed. My mind is turbulent. Actually, Pramata is turbulent. Pramata's mind is turbulent. Move this side. Move. Move this side. Satish also. Move. Pramata is turbulent. That means mind is turbulent. I say I am turbulent. My mind is turbulent. My mind is under trivial situation. My mind is under crisis. My mind is facing guilt, hurt. Instead of saying that, what I say? I am turbulent. I am disturbed. The pramata, the mind is false. Its turbulence, its disturbance also must be false. If at all you want to say, my mind is disturbed today, you can say. But normally what people use? I am very much disturbed. Why? My mother-in-law said like this. My boss said like this. My neighbor said like this. Therefore, I am very much disturbed. This is called ajnana, ignorance. Mind undergoes indriyasya artheshu ragadvesha vyavasthitau. They are bound to be there. Likes and dislikes. Hey Arjuna, tayoho na vasham agachet. May you not succumb to them. Who knows this? Only a Vedantic senior seeker of moksha, mumukshu only knows. The one who has got satsanga constantly, that person can say this, who studies Shastra. Not all people. The whole world is, that's why he said, Bhranti Alayam, Shankaracharya said. Now you tell me, is it not mental hospital? What wrong when Shankaracharya says that? When that pramata is false, Chidabhasa is false, and the guilt, hurt, all the turbulence happening in the mind, lelayati. But this person superimposed that upon himself. Lelayati iva. I am as though disturbed. Really, I the Atma am never disturbed. Avikaritvam. Therefore, this person, I am turbulent. Enga meditation centers irkaan poi thedava. Dhyanam, dhyanam, dhyanam. Yaar dhyanam pandrathu? Pramata. I am meditating. Again, wrong statement. You are not meditating. Really, you are chit. You can never meditate. Pramata, the knower, is meditating. The mind, disturbed mind is meditating. Therefore, what you say? I am meditating. Pramata is false. Are you Pramata? Are you Sakshi Chaitanya? If you say you are Pramata, you are in Pramadam. Telugu Pramadam. Danger. If you say I am Sakshi Chaitanyam, my mind is meditating, my mind is disturbed, and okay, that's fine. No, nothing wrong in that. Dhyayati iva, leelayati iva. That ivakara wise person use. My mind is as though disturbed. Really, it cannot be disturbed. What is there to disturb? Anatma, anatma. All are made out of panchabhutas. They are bound to be there. Anatmana eppome fluctuations will be there. Atma is ever adhikaritvam. Its nature is changeless. That a changeless you want to be, you want, or changing one. Changing anna, you have to pay the price. Second line, atra stenaha iti, stena iti shuddhatvam. Again quotation. In Sushupti, you don't see anything. Stenaha astenaha bhavati. Rathaha, ratha yogaha. That mantra runs like that. Stenaha astenaha. Vedaha aveda bhavanti. In deep sleep, do you know Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda? Thriyad. Vedaha aveda bhavanti. Stenaha astenaha bhavati. Thief. வீட்டிலுக்கு தீஃப் வந்திருக்கான், அவன் தீஃப் தெரியாது நமக்கு. என்ன, யூ ஆர் இன் யுவர் பிளிஸ் ஆனந்த ஸ்வரூபம். நோ தீஃப் ஆல்சோ. ஸ்தேனஹ அஸ்தேனஹ பவதி. தீர்ண தேர் ஆஃப்டர் அனன்வாகதம் ஸ்ருதேஹே. Who am I? I am the alupta drik Sakshi Chaitanyam. I am free from Ananvagatam Punyena, Ananvagatam Papena. That mantra also, all quotations are given. 4, 3, 23 to 30. That means 8 mantras, 8 times. In the 5th section, it comes. 8 times it uses the word Ananvagatam Punyena, Ananvagatam Papena. Tiranaha, I am free from Sanjita Karma, Prarabdha Karma, Agami Karma. I am not included in that. Pramata, fake I, has got Punya, Papa, Punarjanma, Karma, all these things. Fake, Yella Vyavaharikam. Idella Vyavaharikam. Na Chitta Sakshi Chaitanya Paramarthikam. Idi Purinja, you are fortunate. Purilana Saha Kripanaha. Naturally, Upanishad says, unfortunate. You want to be fortunate or you want to be unfortunate, you decide. Shastra never bother. It is your job to choose to be fortunate or non-fortunate or unfortunate. What to do? Ananvagatam punyena. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham. Shankaracharya wrote in Nirvana Shatkam based on this mantra. Na anugatam, ananvagatam. Anvagatam means follows, accompanies. I, the Chit Atma, never accompanied by, followed by Sanchita Karma, Agami Karma, Prarabdha Karma. In the old patient, in the Prarabdha, in the Sanchita Mota, Agami Karma, in the Papam Panditana, they left the Pramata Kulla Irikara drama, Vyavaharika drama. As long as you give Satyatvam to this, your life is a hell. You can never escape. Like a dreamer thinking in the dream, lost his route, lost his case, lost his money, lost his, and crying. What he has to do? The dreamer who is suffering, what he has to do? Wake up. Once you wake up, there is nobody chasing, nothing lost is there. Similarly, wake up from the wakerhood. Wake up from the wakerhood. Wake up to what? To your Sakshi Chaitanyam, real nature, understand. You can continue Pongal eating. You can eat Sundal after waking up to your Paramarthika Satyam also. Don't worry. Your wife will be there. Your grandchildren will be there. Your house will be there. Your sons, children, all are there nicely. Your bank balance also will be there. Don't worry. Okay? Some people have worry. இன்னும் சுவாமி ஏதாவது ஆயிடுத்தானே என்ன ஆகும், அப்புறம் வேண்டான்னு சொல்லுவா. ஒன்றும் ஆகாதப்பான்னா புரியுறதா? There are some people, immature people, unrefined people, ஜூனியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லலாம். ஜூனியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இதெல்லாம் பயம் இருக்கும். ஆனால் மெச்சூர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட், சீனியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு பயமே இருக்காது. இது அந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட் சொல்கிறான்னு, ஆஃப்டர் லாங் ஸ்டடி பயம் போயிடுது. லாங் ஸ்டடி இட் வில் கோ அவே. எல்லாருக்கும் போகும். தட் இஸ் த சாஸ்திர கிரேட்னஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் வெர்ஸ் 39. शक्त्यलोपासु सुषुप्तेज्ञः या तथा बोधे विकारतः ज्ञेयस्यैव विशेषस्तु यस्यैव विशेषस्तु यत्र वेत्ति श्रुतेर्वचः. Again, ஸ்ருதேஹே வச்சः. படிச்சுட்டியான்னு கேட்குறாரு. ஹேவ் யூ ஸ்டடீட் பிருஹதாரண்யகோபனிஷத்து? அதான் அது அங்கே இருக்க சுவாமி அந்த உபனிஷத்துன்னு. நார்மலி பீப்புள் டோன்ட் ஸ்டடி பிருஹதாரண்யகம். ஆச்சாரியா கோட்டிங் பிருஹதாரண்யகம் ஸோ மச். எல்லாம் கேன கட்டா இந்த ரெண்டு படிப்போம். ஏன்னா கேன கட்டான்னா சில பேருக்கு நல்லா பிடிக்கும். அதில் கதை இருக்கு. இந்த கேனான்னா அது கொஞ்சம் நல்ல இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கும்ண்ணா. முண்டக்க படிக்க மாட்டான். ஏன்னா அங்கே எல்லாம் சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் டீச்சிங். கேனால சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் டீச்சிங் கிடையாது. ஒரே ஸ்ட்ரைட்டாகவே அப்படி. என்ன கேனாப்படியே தே கேனாட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். கட்டோபனிஷத்து புரியாமல் இருக்கும். இந்த ரெண்டு உபனிஷத்தில் வந்து தைத்திரியம் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் டிஃபிகல்ட்டு, மாண்டூக்கியம் அதை விட டிஃபிகல்ட்டு. அதனால சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் ஸ்டடி கிடையாது நிறைய பேருக்கு. முண்டக்கோபனிஷத்து படிக்கிறான்னா, இல்லை நான் கட்டோபனிஷத்து படிக்கிறேன். நீ எதுக்கு நீ செலக்ட் பண்ணுற? குரு எது சொன்னால் அது படிக்கணும்னு. அந்த சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் டீச்சிங் ஸ்டார்ட்ஸ் இன் முண்டக்கா. அதுக்கப்புறம் அதுக்கு தான் நான் வந்து என்ன உபனிஷத்து படிக்கணும், நெக்ஸ்ட் என்ன படிக்கணும்னு இப்போ குரு சொல்லுவான். அந்தபடி நீ படிக்கணும். தர எனக்கு இது வேணும் அது வேணும் நீ படித்தா யூ வில் எண்ட் அப் சக்கர்னா சௌரஸ்தாலோ எந்த ரோட்டு போகிறோம் எங்கே போகிறோம் திருப்பி அங்கேயே வந்துடுவோம். திருப்பி ஸ்கொயர் சர்க்கிள்னு. அதுதான் நிறைய பேர் they never depend upon the teacher. They depend upon their own intellect. In the initial stages you are not supposed to do like that, but 99.999% of students does that. என்ன ஈகோ ட்ராப் பண்ணுறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். குரு அப்படி தான் சொல்லுவார். அவருக்கு என்ன தெரியும், அவருக்கு என்ன தெரியும்னு. நான் ரொம்ப பிரில்லியண்ட்டு, நான் ரொம்ப பிரில்லியண்ட்டு, நான் எல்லாம் படிக்கலாம், எனக்கு எல்லாம் புரியும். குருவுக்கு தெரியாது, எனக்கு புரியும்னு அவருக்கு தெரியாது. அப்படி கூட நினைப்போம். இட்ஸ் நாட் எ ஜோக் டு ஹேவ் எ ஸ்ரத்தா அந்த குரு. அதுக்கு தனியாக புண்ணியம் வேணும், புண்ணியம் வேணும். ஓகே. சக்திய அலோபஹா சுஷுப்தேன. In Sushupti, how beautiful is Acharya presenting the great mantras. Sushupti, in deep sleep. Shakti alupte. Alupte means the non-absence of Sakshi Chaitanyam. Shakti means Sakshi Chaitanyam here. Swarupa Chaitanyam is not absent. It is present in sleep also. Okay, it is present. Tatha jnaha. Jnaha means Sakshi Chaitanyam. Swarupa Chaitanyam is present as Sakshi Chaitanyam in sleep, as the knower of I am not knowing anything, I am sleeping well, knower of that. the Sakshi Chaitanyam, I am the witnesser of that ignorance in the sleep. I do not know anything. I slept well. Sukham. The Sukham is also registered, witnessed by Sakshi Chaitanya. That's why Jnaha. There is a Jnaha, the knower. Knower of the knower. I said that knower is there. This Pramata knower is not there in sleep. அவனுக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? அவனுக்கு தெரிஞ்சா நான் நல்லா தூங்குறேன்னு தெரிஞ்சா அது தூக்கமா? If he knows, suppose Pramata knows he is sleeping well, tell me, is it a sleep? It is a waking state. Pramata is totally absent in deep sleep, Gadha Nidra. Sakshi Chaitanyam alone is the witnesser of that ever existing consciousness, Sakshi Chaitanyam, I am. In that there is no guilt, hurt, birth, death, old age, disease, nothing is there. No punya, no papa, dharma, adharma, atitaha, aham. All these are only to purify this medium. Dharma, punya, all vratams, rituals, what for na? To purify the mind to understand this Sakshi Chaitanya. This காமிக்கிறேன் நானே தான். இந்த ஜீவாத்மான்னு ஒரு நாள் நான் தான் பரமாத்மான்னு தெரியணும். குரு want to say that you are சோகம். இவன் என்ன சொல்றான்னா நான் தாசோகம் தான் எனக்கு பிடிக்கும்னா போயிட்டு வான்னா. Go. If you want to be a dasoham, say dasa, come later. By that time they come later. காது கேட்காது, கண்ணு பார்க்க முடியாது, உட்கார முடியாது. They cannot sit, they cannot listen, they cannot understand, they cannot remember. So what? Come next birth. இதே குருகுலம் இருக்குமா நான் இருப்பேன்னு சொல்ல மாட்டேன். நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்த்தில் யாருக்கு தெரியும்? இப்பிறவி தப்பினால் எப்பிறவி வாய்க்குமோ, அது மறக்காதுங்கோ. there is no guarantee. சஞ்சிதனில் என்ன நிற்கிறதோ கியூலோ அந்த ஜென்மா தான் வரும். யாருக்கு தெரியும்? எந்த ஆசிரமெல்லாம் பீக்காக்கா பிறந்துடுவோம், எங்கள் காக்கான்னு கத்துறது. அது லாஸ்ட் ஜென்மாலோ கிளாஸில் போய் உட்காராமலே சுற்றின்னு இருக்காது. இப்படி சுற்றுறது இவரு கேட்கலையே. இப்போ அது இங்கேயே போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நீ ஐ சா இட் இஸ் வாக்கிங் ஆன் த அவுட் சைடு which Jiva we do not know. Last Janma it has left the class halfway. என்ன பையனுக்கு கல்யாணம், பேத்தி ஏதோ பண்ணுவார், ஃபெஸ்டிவல்ஸு நிறைய அந்த மாதிரி ஓடின்னு இருக்கான். அதுக்கப்புறம் சஞ்சிதனில் பீக்காக்கு ஜென்மாக்கு கர்மா ரெடியாக இருந்தது. வா இங்கே போய் உட்காரு, காதில் கேட்டுக்கோன்னா. அந்த மானு தெரியுமா? அந்த பரதனோட கதையில் அந்த மானு மானுன்னு சொல்லி அவர் மான் ஆகிட்டார். புரியுறதா? அது கிரேட் யோகா பிரஷ்டா பிகேம் மான். ஏன்னா thinking about that deer became deer. Next janma he became deer. Why they say that story? Tell me. Why they tell that story? Don't be trapped with the pune and the nai. சில பேர் they love their dog and cat than their husband and wife. நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எனக்கே இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி. சுவாமினி டாக்னு விட்டு எப்படி கிளாஸுக்கு வருது கேம்புக்கு சொன்ன நான் என்ன பண்ணுறது? How can I drop my dog alone? I cannot come to the camp, Swamini. என்ன பண்ணுறது? நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்மால சொல்லக்கூடாது, விடுங்கோ. நெக்ஸ்ட் லைன் gneyasya eva, sorry, first line, second half. Tatha bodhe avikarata. Since sushupti also Atma Chaitanyam is as it is, Sakshi Chaitanyam without change, Pramata is changing. Pramata is not available in dream also, in Sushupti also. But whereas Sakshi Chaitanyam, Bodhe, that the consciousness is Avikarataha. Changelessly it is available in waking state also, dream state also, deep sleep state also. Why can't you recognize this? Swayam Jyoti Brahmanam. Yajnavalkya says, Swapna Sushupti Jagrat. Based on that only, Shankaracharya wrote Dashinamurti Stotram. Jagrat Swapna Sushuptishu Sfutatara Ya Samvit Vijrumbhate. And the sentence in the sloka, and the mantra, in the sloka, and the sentence. In the connection varanga. Tatha bodhe avikarataha. In consciousness, bodhe, in sakshi chaitanyam, there is no change. Nirviseshataya vartate ityarthaha. Avikarataha means what? Nirviseshataya, without any attributes, without any change, it remains. It remains means I remain. And chulli padavanu. It remains, Atma remains, Brahman remains. I remain. Gneyasya eva visheshastu yatra veti shruter vachaha. This is the Shruti Vachanam. Where, when there is actually stop pannittar. We have to supply that Shruti Vakyam given in 4.3.22. Same thing. In that previous mantras what we have seen, that continuation is. So, corresponding Vishaya Vritti is not there. The knower of that changes. The Vritti belongs to the mind. The changes belongs to the mind. I am. Yatra tu, that quotation, ve, yatra va iti. Veti is there. Yatra va is the quotation of mantra. 4.3.15. There are no specifications really in original consciousness. Yatra va asya sarva atmaiva bhut. Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha is the mantra. Yatra va, that is the only word Acharya used, 2 words. Yatra va iti shruter vachaha. When the person knows yatra va asya sarvam atmaiva bhut, everything is atma. Peacock is atma means the easiness peacock is, that easiness is atma. Tree is, easiness is atma. I am, that amness is atma. That is real, permanent satyam. The nama rupa, whatever is changing, is impermanent. Don't carry away by the impermanent nama rupa, putra, griha, all the nama rupas are impermanent. Once you know the Atma Swarupam, that's why we do Namaha Te, to that Atma, same Atma. Same Atma. Sarvatma Bhava. What is Sarvatma Bhava? Sat Chit Sarvada Sarvatra Asti Sarvantaraha. Asya Atmaiva Bhut. Tatra Parhyam Ko Mohaha. What is delusion? Tatra Ko Shokaha Ka Mohaha Ka Shokaha Ekatvam Anupashyataha. Ishavashya Upanishad comes, Brihadaranyaka comes because Ishavashya is the Mantra Upanishad. Its Brahmana Upanishad is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay, next mantra. Vyavadhanadhiparoksham. Sati. Vyavadhanadhiparoksham. Lokadrishtiranatmanah. Drishtiratmaswarupatvat. Pratyaksham Brahma Tatsmrutam. See, this is very advanced text, Upadesa Sahasri. After studying Upanishads thoroughly, they alone clearly understand. Other students can vaguely understand, little they understand. I am not able to understand like that in students, no, those days. I am not able to understand like that. They used to use this word, hand like this. Chinna vayasula, school ellam. எனக்கு புரியலன்னா எனக்கு புரியல சம்திங் தேட். அது மாதிரி வேதாந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆல்சோ so not able to understand not able to understand correct. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಬೈ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ರೈಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ರೀಡ್. ವಿ ಗೋ ವೆರಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. I cannot go to basics. It is our job to go into that Bhagavad Gita systematically, Upanishad systematically. You have to draw the time without spending lot of time for dress, decoration, wheat, சாப்பாடு நிறைய இதுலனே போகிறது. பீப்புளுக்கு டைம் எல்லாமே maximum time goes. What to do? Vyavadhanadhi paroksham. Loka drishti means worldly knowledge of the objects. Loka drishtihi anatmanaha, of all the anatma vastus. How do you technically define this paroksha jnanam? Paroksha jnanam vyavadhanat. There is time and space. Vyavadhana means time. This is born in so and so time, it dies in so and so time. What do you mean by history? His story is called history. His story is called history. What is my story? Mystery. Mystery is called my story. His story is called history. So and so Raja born, ruled, and so and so time they give dash, middle dash. So many years he lived. Born, dash, gone. Born, dash, gone. Time and space. Where? Which place? That is called Vyavadhanat. All worldly objects, whatever you interact, everything is within space and time limitation. Narayanim, first shlokam is what? Sandranandava bodhatmakam anupamidam desha kala avadibhyam nirmuktam. I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, am free from time and space. That is what he says. Drishtehe atmaswarupatvat. This drishtehe means here Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa, nobody lacks the experience of Atma. Nobody is lacking. In the Chidabhasa itself proves the existence of Chit. எனக்கு ஆத்மா பார்க்கணும் நான் பார்க்கணும்னு சொல்லவனே ஆத்மா தான். The seeker who is seeking is the sought. Who is seeking for something, that seeker is the sought. You need not go outside. Don't search outside. The seeker who is seeking is the Atma. Drishtehi Atma Swarupatvat. The Chidabhasa, its original Swarupam is what? When you are seeing reflected face, ಅದು ಯಾರುடைய ಫೇಸ್? ಕನ್ನಡಿಲ್ಲೋ ಮೂಂಜಿ ಪಾತ್ಕೊಂಡಿಂದ ಒಂದಡಿಲ್ಯೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೌಡರ್ ಪೊಟ್ಟಿ ಸ್ನೋ ಪೊಟ್ಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಳಹ ಡೆಕೋರೇಷನ್ பண்ணி. Whose face is that? Our own face. Drishtehe Atma Swarupatvat. That Chidabhasa happens to be originally Atma Swarupam only. It is your face only. You love your face. When you look at your face in the mirror and you touch your face here, not in the mirror. You touch the face in the mirror. So nice you are. You never do that. If you do that, you will have a special place. I don't want to extend that. You touch here. Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness in the mind. Aham Atma Swarupatvat. Example சொல்லி ஆக்ஷன் கூட பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். இது கூட புரியலன்னா நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணணும். திருஷ்டிஹி ஆத்மஸ்வரூபத்வாத் பிரத்யக்ஷம் பிரம்ம. அகம் ஆத்மா பிரம்ம. பிரத்யக்ஷமப்பா ಪಾರೋಕ್ಷಮನ್ನ ಅನಾತ್ಮವಸ್ತು, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷಮನ್ನ ಅಹಮೇವ ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷಂ. ಅದ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತತ್ ಸ್ಮೃತಂ. இட் இஸ் செட் இன் அவர் சாஸ்திரா உபனிஷத்ஸ். அப்பா இப்படி இருக்க சுவாமி உபனிஷத்தா. பையன் என்ன படிக்கணும்னா நல்லா படிக்கணும் சுவாமினி, நல்லா சம்பாதிச்சிட்டோம், அப்புறம் 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 என்ன உபனிஷத்து? 40 இயர்ஸா அட் த ஏஜ் ஆஃப் 40 நம்ம மாதிரி இப்போ கஷ்டப்படுற எல்லாம் ரிட்டையர் ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணணும் சுவாமினி, இப்படி எப்படி படிக்கணும் சொல்லுங்கண்ணா. இப்போ நம்ம பையனு கூட அப்படிதான், பொண்ணு அப்படிதான், புரிஞ்சு புரியாமலே கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு எங்கேயோ போய் மாட்டிண்டு இதே கதை. ஏன்னா அவனை ஈஸியாக விடமாட்டோம். லைக் மதாலசா மாதிரி என்னோட பையன் ஞானி ஆகணும், எனக்கு வேண்டாம் என்னோட பையன் பொண்ணு வந்து அவங்களோட டெக்கு வேண்டாம், எதுவும் வேண்டாம், என்னோட பையன் ஞானி ஆயினா போதும் எனக்கு சொன்ன மதர் இருக்கா. இவர் ஒரு சன்னியாசி மாதிரி வாழணும், அப்படி தான் ஞானமே வரும். சன்னியாசி மாதிரி, சன்னியாசின்னு சொல்லலை, சன்னியாசி மாதிரி சிம்பிள் லைஃப், பக்தியோட நல்ல மனசு, நல்ல இது, அதுதான் வேணும்னு என்ன மதர் இஸ் டிசைரிங். என்ன அம்மா வந்து மதாலச மாதிரி இருந்தால் பரவாயில்ல, அம்மா ஒரு அஜ்ஞானி, அப்பா அது பெரிய அஜ்ஞானி. எதுக்கு சுவாமின்னு பெரிய அடி சொல்கிறேன். இந்த மாதிரி கல்யாணம் பண்ணிட்டான்னா பெரிய அஜ்ஞானி தானே. அஜ்ஞானி யார் கல்யாணம் பண்ணுவோம்? சும்மா சொல்கிறேன், ஜோக்காக சொல்கிறேன், டோன்ட் டேக் சீரியஸ்லி. அதனால அஜ்ஞானி அம்மா அஜ்ஞானி அப்பாவுக்கு பையன் என்ன ஆகிடுவான்? அஜ்ஞானி தான் ஆகிடுவான். புரியுறதா? அதுக்கு தான் யங் மதர்ஸ், யங் ஃபாதர்ஸ் மஸ்ட் ஸ்டடி டு மேக் தேர் சில்ட்ரன் சீயர்ஸ், ரிஷிஸ், ஞானிஸ். Unfortunately, parents are desiring lakhs and lakhs of rupees they give to that colleges. And Russia, China, Japan, America. இங்கே படிப்பில் நல்லாவே இல்லை சுவாமி, அங்கே தான் நன்னா இருக்கேன். இப்போ சொல்லுங்க, எங்கே படிப்பு நன்னா இருக்கா? பாரத நாடா வெளிநாடா? என்ன படிப்பு வேணும்? ஆல் த பெஸ்ட். பூர்ணமதః பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணமுதச்யதே பூர்ணஸ்ய பூர்ணமாதாய பூர்ணமேவாவசிஷ்யதே. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. ஹரி ஓம். ஸ்ரீ குருभ्यो நமः. ஹரி ஓம்.